Hey guys, so I wanted to do this live, but Facebook is making me look like hell, so we're just going to record it because this is stuff that you guys need to know. So today I've got the 3 things that you can do to get more clients in your photography business without any paid advertising, because clients are money. Clients coming in your door, and it's the decision of whether they're buying digitals or whether they're buying a full portrait print package, and spending that money in your photography business is how you decide whether you're staying as a hobby or going full time. I've got girls retiring their husbands, like that's incredible. Mine would be over the moon if I would. I refuse to, but yeah, another story. But it's make or break in your photography business. And today I want to jump into 3 ways that you can actually improve your website and your online presence without paying for those clients. So in a lot of cases, I've been doing website health checks all week for photography businesses, and a couple of things keep coming up. So number 1 is making sure that your website is search engine friendly. And SEO, or search engine optimization, is a massive minefield of data, but there's lots of ways that you can just start to improve things. So even down to having your location in your website somewhere, I want to know as a consumer where you are actually based. So I need to know straight off the bat if you're in Melbourne or if you're in a smaller suburb. I need to know that without fail. Straight off the bat, we need to know exactly where you're based. What that's going to help you is if you start including that information on your website, you'll actually start to get found for your local area. What that does is it takes your word of mouth referrals from this big to being this big. So not only are you relying just on word of mouth clients, you're then expanding your reach out to further areas. Yes, it takes more to convert a cold lead, which is someone who hasn't heard of you before, but it also means that you've got more space to grow. So rather than relying just on word of mouth referrals, which are fantastic, we class these as warm leads. So they've already been told how amazing you are, what your services are, and how that works for them. They're more likely to book you just because they've got that referral. So yes, it's harder to take a cold lead and convert them into a paying client, but it's not impossible. And it just makes us work even harder in what we're educating our clients about. So coming up and making sure that you're being found for your local terms is critical. It is so important. So there's a couple of things that you can do straight off the bat. Join up to Google Locations. I think they've changed the name of that. But you can get into the local listings and come up at the top of the search engines without paying for advertising for that. So even listing your local area on your Google account is going to show you in that top search results. It's a fantastic way to actually boost your natural organic website traffic. So that's number 1. Make sure you are found for local search terms. Photography is one of the easiest ones to rank because you basically need your location and photographer, and there you have it. That's what your search term is going to be. Most people are going to be searching for Melbourne newborn photographer, or Melbourne baby photographer, or Melbourne wedding photographer, and that's a really easy one for you to target and really improve your rankings. We need to know where you're based. So number 2 is making sure that when a client lands on your website, they can actually find all of the information that they need. So this comes down to making sure that your navigation is so simple. Just, this is what I do, this is my photos, this is how much I cost, this is how you can book me. That's basically it for a photography website. There's lots of intricacies in how that gets prioritized and stuff, but that's the information that your clients want to know from you. So that's what you need to give them so that they can book you confidently. The one thing that we want to remember is that for a client to actually contact you and connect with you, they need to trust you. So you need to show them that you know what you're doing, that you are amazing at your job, and that you've read their mind and you know what they're going to expect. Now, photography is one of those minefields because it can be really daunting to actually book a photo shoot. But if you can actually say, hey, I know it's scary to book a photo shoot, but this is what's going to happen on the day, and actually sell that experience, you become higher in their mind. So you become the better choice because you've already said, I know that you're nervous about this and I can totally relate. So here's what I'm going to do to put your mind at rest. So always go back to thinking what they need and make it super, super simple. So it needs to be just what's included. What do I need to bring? What do I need to get ready? What do I wear? How old does my baby need to be for a newborn session? Is there anything I need to bring for a newborn session? All of this stuff is going to be dispersed through your navigation and through your website to actually connect and trust them. But you need to make sure that that is really simple to find. You need to be able to just say, okay, this is what they're going to need next. So preempt what that next step is. And the best way to do this is to grab a big whiteboard, a big bit of paper, anything like that, and actually go through the motions. The next thing actually ties into the second, and that's actually making sure that you're educating your clients. So there's a big difference in being paid $100 for a USB filled with all of your edited photos that you've spent hours and hours and hours working so hard on, and selling a print package which includes a gorgeous archival framed photo that's going to sit pride of place on someone's wall and be a talking point for generations to come. See how that's different? You need to educate your clients though on what that end product looks like, what emotions they're going to get out of it, what the experience they're going to get out of it. And bringing all of those pieces into that education is going to be what sets you apart. There are plenty of photographers getting paid very, very well for their services. And there are plenty that are still struggling and still working their 9 to 5 and just doing it as a hobby. Be one of the few that's really making an impact with this. It's something that you need to actually drive and be constantly repeating why there's extra, why it's more, why you're the best option. There are going to be people who will not pay it, but there are going to be people who change their mind and go, you know what? I really want that print on my wall. I want my mum and dad to be able to see that. I want to be able to pass this down to my grandkids and them to be able to see that. I want to show my kids that we've existed in this photo for years to come. So it's all about that education, and it's about constantly updating them as well. So one thing that I love to do is actually include a download for a welcome packet. So start the education right off the bat. You've got all of the details on your website, but then actually educate them through your welcome packet as well. So tell them what they need to bring, all of the details, show them what it looks like, and show them what past clients have loved about the whole service as well. So I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes if it kills me. But that's 3 ways that you can improve your photography business without spending any money on advertising. I'd love to know what you thought and if you're going to take on board any of those actions and really boost your clients in your photography business.